Good morning. We let the YouTube connect to things for a second here. Okay, it looks like we're good. Hello, happy Monday, my friends. It is good to see you. Welcome to the final week of the Merry Morning Show. I know logic would dictate that there's at least one more week left, but because we will be doing other things with other family, I am not doing the Merry Morning Show next week. So this is our final week because it's our final week here in Florida, and it's a sad time, but also it means that the holidays are the holidays are here, but Christmas is right around the corner. And oh my goodness, can you even believe it? This morning, I have my festive Jesus is the reason for the season mug, and it's super cute. It happened to be in the cabinet, so I grabbed it because it was, Christmassy and whatever. But as I poured my coffee this morning, I was like, Why why so small? Why so small? So I got to thinking about, like, this was probably the standard, like, is this the standard mug size for coffee? I don't even know. I don't even know, but it's so little. It's so little. The mugs that I normally use, I haven't measured, but I'm pretty sure they will hold twice as much liquid, or very close to twice as much liquid than this mug. But also, fun coffee fact that I'm pretty sure is a fact, um, a cup of coffee is 5 ounces of coffee, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, a cup of coffee is 5 ounces. A cup is 8 ounces. So I don't know, Lissa, right on cue. I don't know what that's about. Why? 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 Who decided that while a cup is 8 ounces, a cup of coffee is only 5 ounces? That's dumb, in my opinion. I would much rather have my cup of coffee be 8 ounces, thank you very much, but it, like, jacks up all the measurements of everything because 'cause you're like, "Oh, it's a 12-cup coffee maker, but a cup is only whatever. Whatever." It's a hot mess. But here it is. Cheers to the Christmas mug that was too little. I know, and, like, and I've seen, especially in, like, my parents and my grandparents, or, like, the general, like, not my parents specifically, because we don't have any teeny tiny mugs, but, like, just parents in general, parents of my generation, have, like, when you buy your sets of stuff, it has tinier coffee mugs for dessert or whatever, and I'm just like, "This is not this is not" a cup should be around 12 ounces. Yeah. Don't I know it? And that's how I treat it. I can't remember, is my gosh, the cups that I use probably are 12 ounces. Um, Now I'm trying to think. Yeah, they actually probably are. They probably are about 12 ounces. The big cups, like the Eat Me Go Free mug I've been using and all the Sweet Mint handmade mugs that I've been using, 12 ounces, I believe. A much more sufficient cup of coffee to start my morning. So I have 2 of those every day. So this, I'm like, what? How many of these am I supposed to have a Monday? But the one perk is, without my little heater disc thing, because I don't have that down here, I like having the smaller mug because I just have to go refill from the hot pot more often. Julie, good morning. It is good to see you over here. Um, yeah, so this weekend was a busy one, y'all. It was a super, super busy one. We, as you know, celebrated our Christmas down here on Saturday, which was amazing, good fun. We kept it real low key. The grandparents came over and we didn't prepare like a big Christmas meal or anything. I insisted that we not, because my sister-in-law was here. She'd be like, "It's Christmas, let's have the turkey and the this." And I'm just gonna, no, we're not gonna do that work. So you know what we did? We bought a family-sized Stouffer's lasagna, and we put the Stouffer's lasagna in the oven, and we had Texas toast and salad. And then we bought some pre-made desserts from Publix. We had a red velvet cake, a carrot cake, and ice cream. And that was it. And you know what? It was delicious, and it was sufficient, and it was fine. It was awesome. So we did that, and shout out to Publix. I don't know if you guys know. I don't know where you are, but I know Publix is a grocery store here in the Southeast. Publix bakery goods has the nutrition information on it, which I just love, especially as I'm mentally gearing up for my cut. And I'm like, I have to track every little thing and I have to be more meticulous about it when it's about fat loss, you know? And it was fun, sad, but fun to see like on the carrot cake, nutrition information with a gram serving size, 90 grams. 1/6 of the cake, 90 grams. So there's like no room for error. You can use the information to actually track your macros. And I was like, you know what? Thank you, Publix. Um, and it just made me I love when things like that have nutrition information. And I know that Target is getting closer. In the Target bakery section back home, the Target here is awful. I can't stand the Target here. It's a regular Target where groceries aren't the main emphasis, but at home I get a super Target and I'm so spoiled. I love my super Target. Um, and I'm noticing that as they've transitioned over into favorite day, a lot of the stuff in the bakery section also has nutrition information. Not everything yet, but we're getting there, which makes me so happy because it's going to make macro tracking so much easier. Um, so that's good. That's an exciting thing. Let's see. What are we all talking about? I'm making coffee. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. My dad got a little French press for Christmas that he gave to me, so I'm trying it out today. French press is supposed to make pretty good coffee. Good Monday morning, Kim. Um, Dark magic. Oh, Kim, seeing your face reminds me you won the giveaway last week. I just did it this morning. I went through the live streams and calculated how many people have showed up for 4 days, and you're the winner this week, Kim. I was waiting to see if you'd pop online. So congratulations. If the email address I have on file for you is the right email address, I will forward that email address to Jordan so you can get your prize. So super fun. Congratulations. Dark magic coffee. What is dark magic coffee? Are you just saying the coffee is magic, or is it actually called dark magic? 2 shots of espresso, 1 tablespoon, half and half. Oh my word. So you're just creating dark magic coffee. Yum. And you have an espresso machine, right? I'm still like my husband and I had the discussion. He's like, "Did you really ask for an?" I did not get an espresso machine down here. Um, I will show you what I got in a second. But he's like, "Did you really ask for an espresso?" I'm like, "Yes, I asked for an espresso." And then we went through the whole, we don't have room on our counter for an espresso machine. I'm like, "Well, then I will put it up in my office if I get one." But then I'm like, what if I don't get one? Do I want to go out and get one myself? Do I really need one? Like, I'm still on the fence. I wish that they had to like rent a machine for 30 days and try it out and decide whether or not that's actually what you want. Do they do that? Does the Nespresso store do that? Can they do is it like a 30-day money back guarantee thing? I have never actually looked, but now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, hmm, maybe they do that because I do have an espresso store in the Mall of America. So now that I'm thinking about it, like, it's one of those things that like I want to try it. I want to try it and be like, yes, this actually is God's gift to coffee. And I need to have one in my life. Versus like, let's just spend the money and commit and then have it being less than wow, you know? The only downside is that it seems to make a cup of coffee, but if I make it extra strong and add some extra hot water, it should work. Christmas Miracle, yes, that's the correct email. Dark Magic is a Green Mountain brand, very strong. Oh, okay. Um, I've had this conversation a million times. I want an espresso so bad, but you already have an espresso machine. I'll move it or get rid of it. Yeah, so I don't have an espresso machine. We just have a drip coffee maker, but it makes a sufficient cup of coffee, especially if you use dark roast coffee. Like, it's fine. It does what we needed to do. We paid $40 for it, easy peasy. Like, and the commitment of an espresso is you obviously have to buy the Nespresso pods, right? And those can be pricey. So my thought, like, this whole thought process happened in like the last 24 hours. I'm like, well, if I still committed to like in the morning what if I had like my regularly scheduled drip coffee, right? It as morning cup of coffee. I'm like, but then would I be and like say let's assume I have the Nespresso maker. And then if I wanted to treat myself in a not necessarily daily habit, but like in a couple times a week habit or a special early afternoon quiet time routine, doing something special type habit, or the days that I need a little pick me up after lunch, um, that is the occasion that I use the special Nespresso. And I'm like, that could justify it because then you're not using a pod that's like $1.10 every day, which granted is still cheaper than going to Starbucks, but it ain't cheaper than going and buying Sam's Club, Starbucks, and using a drip coffee pod. Um, but like I'm like that could be a fair trade, right? And so then I'm really only having Nespresso on special, like intentionally. It's not just my morning cup of coffee. But then also like, don't you want the first cup of coffee that hits your mouth to be the best coffee? This is the way my brain works. All the possibilities happening, and I'm like, but are any of those justification for getting this silly machine? Amazon has many off-brand compatible pods that are way less expensive and taste great. That is good to know. And I also know that both Costco and Sam's Club, which we currently have memberships to, also sells Starbucks brand Nespresso pods that would be presumably cheaper than doing the, actual like, they're still on brand, but, like, doing the in-store or whatever, and I've also seen that, like, one of, like, the hacks or whatever is, like, never pay full price for your Nespresso pods because there's always or frequently some kind of sale going on, and I have not researched this because I haven't needed to research it. Um, I don't know. This is the kind of stuff that goes through my brain. Anyway, what I got for Christmas, I got my water bottle. Guess who got a gallon of water in yesterday? Because finally, like, I don't think I've gotten a gallon of water in the whole time I've been here because of my brand new purple and blue iridescent Hydrate Spark water bottle. I did link this down below for those of you that wanted to see what the Hydrate Spark was. This is a water bottle that is Bluetooth and connects to your phone and tells you how much water you have consumed. Now that it has been waved around, it's probably gonna think I drank. Oh, I never turned off the journaling thing. Whoops. Hang on. Now I gotta turn on my work thing. I keep trying to time track and then I don't time track. And so now it's a new week. I'm like, I'm gonna time track. I wanna see if I can settings. How do I? Nope, bottles. I'm still learning the app. I just wanna show you. Ready? Ready? Glow. Glow. Look it. Look it. And you can, like, buy an app. How fun is that? And customize, like, what color it is. There's a couple of colors that come pre-programmed, and, but then there's a rainbow option, and I was like, "The rainbow option brings me so much joy that the rainbow option is the winner." So I now have a water bottle that tracks how much I drank. My husband rolled his eyes so hard when I opened that. So hard. He's like, "You don't need another water bottle. You don't need a water bottle that connects to Bluetooth or whatever." And then they started making a joke. My father-in-law and my husband. She's like, "You're so checked out. You need a piece of technology to tell you how much water you drink. Next, you're going to need a piece of technology that reminds you to breathe." And I was like, "I'm sorry. Did you forget that I have a CPAP machine coming?" And he's like, "Oh my god." It's literally a machine that reminds you to breathe while you're sleeping. And I just thought it was funny, like, 'cause just the way he said it, I was like, "Actually, that's already happening." But this thing has been so much fun. It glows colors. I have it set to 12 times a day, regardless of whether or not I'm on track for my goal. You can set there's all these different, like, settings and whatnot. You can have it you tell it when your day starts and when your day ends, so it doesn't, like, blanket you in the middle of the night or something. But it's and you have to, like, learn how to, like, every time when you drink, it's ideal if you tilt it a little bit because then it registers that you're drinking, and then it's in a perfect world, you set it down on a flat surface for a couple seconds so it can register the liquid that has disappeared, and, then you should do the same thing when you fill it back up. You fill it up, put the lid on, set it on a table for 5 seconds so it can register. But it's so fun. And I got my gallon in yesterday. And you know what? I've been peeing all day, but it feels good to be hydrated. Because I know I haven't been getting like maybe half of a gallon, but not my whole gallon. And that's been my goal. And that's going to continue to be my goal. And now the plus side is my husband been getting real irritated about me having the gallon water jug on the table because when I got it, I was like, I'll carry it around. It'll be no big deal. And then I very quickly was like, I am not carrying this thing up and down the stairs with me. So as you know, I fill up the gallon water bottle and then I transfer it into my Starbucks cup, right? And that's what I carry around. And that's how I measure how much water I've consumed that day. And so the water bottle just stays on the counter. And we have a nice kitchen, but like counter space is still not quite where I would love it to be. So like the water bottle gets in the way. And I was like, you know what? I mean, and not seems, this is totally extra. Have you met me? I'm a little bit extra. This is a totally extra thing to have, but it fits in the car. It fits in like the little car holder things. It has a little loopy so I can carry it around on one finger. It's pretty and it does the thing. So it means I can get rid of the gallon water jug and not worry about it anymore. And it's great. It's great. So I think I need one of those. Exactly. That's I'm like, I need one of these. No, I don't need one. It's totally extra. But also I needed one of these, right? And it's funny because for years actually, I have wanted something like this. And my husband reminded me that at one point we looked at a different technological water bottle vessel. It was called Vessel, and supposedly this vessel is is something that can measure how much you drink and you can use it for multiple types of beverages and it supposedly can tell you what beverage you put in your bottle. I don't know if that's legit or not. Hydrate actually says like, no, this is just for water. Do not put hot beverages in here. Do not put carbonated beverages in here. This is a water bottle. You can put ice in here, but no hot. Um, but that's it. Like it's for water. Go drink something else in some other vessel. Whereas this other thing, and like this was a couple years ago. I can't remember if I found it or my husband found it, but we were talking about this water bottle that could tell you what you were drinking. So like it'll tell you you've had this much coffee and this much soda and this much water. And I'm like, how? How though? Yeah, you know? And where is room for error and how easy is that technology to break? The way that this thing works is there's a little puck in here that you twist and pull out, and that's the thing you charge. And it's like the scale and the lights and everything like that. Anyway, I got my super extra water bottle for Christmas. I got a handful of other things too, but I think I'm gonna do like a to get the new year started. Are you guys interested in like a what I got for Christmas video that I can film after I get home and we're all settled and everything? Um, because then I'll share. Then I'll share everything. Or at least the highlights, y'all. At least the highlights. I don't need to share share like the burly bands that I got or whatever, but the highlights. Um oh I may have to break down and buy a new coffee maker. The 20-year-old Mr. Coffee Drip coffee maker. Why is it? Oh, what? I don't know if it's trying to tell me to. Sometimes it has a disco party. Like, there it goes. Now I think it thinks I drank. And it just keeps going. I don't know why. I sometimes because it blinks every time I like drink. No, it's so. What is your problem though? Why is it? It's literally having a disco party. I don't know why. Let's see. Where am I at? I'm on track. So then the app, you see the little goal thing, like over here, that tells you if you are on pace for making your water goal by the time your day ends. And because you tell it when your day ends. So I actually should probably tell it that my day ends like at 10 o'clock or 9:30, just so it paces me to like not be drinking 20 ounces of water right before I go to bed. But I occasionally it has a disco party and Well, yes, so that's what it's doing. Every time I move it, it goes, "Oh, she drank," and I put it down and it blinks. It does one little cycle of, "Oh, you drank, congratulations." But, like, sometimes it does, like, 3, and I'm like, "Why are you having a party?" It did that when I hit my goal yesterday. That I understand. That I understand. I do not understand why it's having a disco party at 9:20 in the morning, because I certainly am not at my goal. Um S So good on Amazon. I haven't gotten a gallon in months. I'm intrigued. Good morning, Lindsay. Did I say good morning to you yet? Good morning. I still have my original Generation 1 Hydrate Spark water bottle. All right, everybody is in for the Christmas gift thing, so I will do that. I'm trying to plot and plan some of my content, because it's interesting, because like right away I want to start doing like January. January is time for like diet content, coaching content, whatever. But my diet doesn't freaking start until the end of the month. So I'm like, what am I supposed to do? And I'm even trying to um figure out what to do, and I have to talk with, I almost called them Hydrate, healthy. You know how hard it is for me to not call them eye track bites? Healthy. I create content for healthy too, right? And, it's awesome. Tell me you are an obliger without telling me you're an obliger. In my contract, I signed a contract for the next 6 months, for content creation and coaching and whatever, because I'm one of their partners. And for my deliverables, because we're doing a really cool thing. You heard it here first, y'all. I'm do because you know how obviously I'm starting my cut or whatever. I'm using my cut to create content for them too. So I'm doing a whole how I lose weight on healthy type of thing, which will be super cool. And so I have a certain number of videos every month that go on their channel and a blog post and things like that. And I will also be coaching some of their meetings, which is cool because y'all, I used to be a Weight Watchers coach. I know how to coach meetings. Um, but, but there are dates in the contract. As I was reading all the fine print of the contract, the videos will be delivered on this date of the month and this date of the month. Blog post will be delivered on this date of the month. I did not negotiate that. They just put it in there. And instead of being like, oh, how dare they? I was like, yes, yes. They gave me specific dates that specific things needed to be done by. And do you know how much pressure that took off of me? Pressure that wasn't actually there to begin with. But for whatever reason, I found such comfort in contractually obligated due dates for my deliverables, because that means I'll get them done. And I know exactly when I need to do them. And it will be easy for me to accomplish them because I know when they're due. And I am obligated to somebody else by an actual contract to get them done on that date. And it took so much, like like I don't even know why it took pressure off of me, because there's not pressure on me to begin with, but like just knowing that I have these due dates, like I can write that in my planner. I can make plans around that. It felt so good to be like, it's due on this day. I just know that it's due on this day and I have to have it done and submitted by this day. And it was so freeing. And I was like, wow, if you aren't a textbook obliger, like you get jazzed by due dates and obligations to other people. Hilarious. I thought it was funny. Um, the fancy new Fangled water bottle is so cool. I know. Hi, Kathy. To clarify, I have the water bottle. I don't have the lid or the sensor stick. Well, that's not helpful, is it? Maybe by hitting the diet cut stuff towards the end of the month will be refreshing for those people who started at the beginning of the year but needed a little boost a few weeks in. Yeah. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, so what do I post at the beginning of the year? So some of the stuff is going to be like videos I have on deck for January. My 2022 goals, because that will be a public video. My January goals will be a Patreon only video. So my 2022 goals, I want to do shoot, it was on the tip of my tongue, like a video or two of like how I'm preparing. So like I'm gonna do like a get ready for cut period grocery haul like that kind of thing. I'm just trying to be like, I need to get out a couple of videos to like get me to the 24th because the 24th is when it actually starts. So I'm not actually going to have me doing the cut content until then, but I'm trying to figure out. So like the Christmas gift video will be another one. That would be a good one. Things like that. Da, 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 da. I'm kind of disappointed they brought in the meetings right around the same time I stepped in. Yep, away from weight loss. Yeah, I think it's gonna be super fun, and they're gonna have different meetings for. I think like there'll be different coaches doing different plans, so you can go to the meeting that's for your plan, which I think is kind of cool. So I will be a calorie coach, which is fun. Um, that's great. Obligers need that accountability. Don't we know it? Don't don't we know it? It's so it's such a little thing, but it's such a big thing. I literally emailed them back and thanked them for putting due dates in there because I'm like, it just made it so much easier for me. So thank you for doing that for me. And he's probably like, what a weirdo asking like thanking me for due dates. What a weirdo. I'm an obliger, y'all. I'm an obliger. I did start something festive I've been doing. My book of the month showed up, and I have a festive holiday book of the month called The Holiday Swap by Maggie Knox. Fun fact, Maggie Knox is two people. I don't know how many people, like this is their joint name. They came up with this name, and it's two separate people that write together, which I thought was kind of cool. I'm only about I am 69 pages in, and this is super super cute. I didn't know that it was about baking, which just makes it that much better because I freaking love things that are about baking and food and cooking because that's how I am, I guess. It's super cute. I have it linked down below. If you need a quick read, I actually think as I looked up the link today, it's on sale on Kindle for like $4. So if you need a fun 2 weeks before Christmas read, I'm enjoying this a lot so far. Shout out to Book of the Month for actually having like relevant content. Like, I was like, oh, are they even going to have like a Christmas book as I was scrolling through the options for December? And sure enough, and so far it's so fun. I'm really excited about it. So, yeah, there's that, y'all. Do we have anything else that we need to talk about on this Monday morning? Um, I have work to do today. I have a discovery call today. People are like starting to get on the coaching bandwagon for like, oh, January is coming type of stuff, which is awesome. And I have content to create. Did I edit my video this weekend? No, I did not. Family stuff got so crazy. On Sunday, yesterday, we celebrated my husband's birthday over at grandmother's house, and we took grandmother out for coffee in the morning. So like it was a family filled weekend, which makes perfect sense because it was our last weekend here. Because we are leaving on Friday. We are leaving on Friday. And so it was our last weekend. So it was all about spending time with family, spending time with his parents, spending time with his grandparents, which was important. So unfortunately, I didn't get my video edited, which is fine. That's what I'm doing today. So let me put you there. I have to reach. I can't reach. There we go. Today, in the world of cultivate what matters, write the word Advent Bible study thing. Today is Monday the 13th. Luke 1:46 through 49. And this is another thing where, because I've been the good old Lutheran church all my life, I read it and I sang it because there's a version of this that happens at the Advent church services that my church back home would do for years and years and years. And it was my favorite part. It was so pretty. I can't remember who composed. Was it? Oh, I can't remember who composed the Advent thing that we did, but I love it. I love it. And Mary said, my soul glorifies the Lord, and my spirit rejoices in God, my Savior. For he has been mindful of the humble state of his servant. From now on, all generations will call me blessed. For I can't read my own handwriting. For the mighty one has done great things for me. And there's, gosh, what is it called? If I thought my mom would answer right away, I'd text her, but I can't remember. But it's the Advent thing, like the Wednesday night service, and it's beautiful. And I've led it a couple times, and it's just so pretty, and it makes me so happy. And it is one of the things that I miss about not going to the Lutheran church anymore, is the Advent stuff. Our faith action item for the day. If you're on social media, find one way to share the love of Christ online today through posting, sharing, or commenting. That's our action idea for that. And then our action idea for wellness today, y'all, is a soul one. We are embracing the soul for our Monday. When you're in conversation today, tuck your phone out of sight, not just face down on the table. Research shows that our stress levels go down and our focus goes up when we do this. Man, that phone thing, right? All about that phone thing and putting it away. That's another thing. I've got the timer running for work right now. I have to run the timer for phone free time. I got to put it in a different room when I'm not actively using it for work. I did better last week, but I also noticed when I was like not when I was working, but when I was just like screwing around, hanging out, watching hockey here or whatever, I definitely did some disassociating by just hanging out on social media and scrolling TikTok and things like that. So I am actively aware of when I'm making that choice, which is step one, so I can be better about actively not making that choice, I would have laughed if the wellness one was about not going on social media. I mean, it is for wellness, not going on social media. I blocked all social media before 9 a.m. today. Help me stay on track. Yep, that's a great way to do it. There is a time and there is a place for social media. Actually, in the sermon from our church yesterday, the sermon series for Advent is all about kindness and being kind and giving kindness and why and this and that and the other thing. And it also he talked about yesterday making sure that we're not consuming negativity, because the more we consume negativity, which is of course like a lot of things can be perceived as negative. The news is negative, and what people are posting on social media is negative, and sharing the one-sided articles is like there's a lot that your brain can consume and have it have a negative impact on you. And so it was a gentle reminder to be like, hey, you're supposed to limit the negative because you want to be able to be fully equipped to output the positive. And when you keep consuming negative, that gets a lot harder. So it was a good reminder from a sermon. High blood only because the faith one involved using social media. It's weird not going to church during December. I miss it. Yeah, I mean, yes and no. It's I mean, it's the season that we're in right now, right? I was thinking about this morning. I'm like, are we going to Christmas Eve church this year? My guess is going to be the answer is no, because of the numbers of everything spiking back up, and we'll be in Illinois. But on the flip side, we have the opportunity to go to our church in Chicago. So do we bite the bullet and go? I don't know. We have a week and a half to figure that out. But it is strange. It is definitely strange. So, but it is the time that we're in. It's the time that we're in, y'all. All right, friends, I am going to let you go. Have a happy, happy Monday. Don't forget to plot and plan your 3 top priorities for this week. No more than 3. The 3 things that will, if you do nothing else this week, make you feel the most productive, like you got the most use out of your time this week. Pick the 3, schedule when you're going to get them done, and then go ahead and do it. Have a wonderful Monday.